Hello guys, welcome back. If I sound like a serial killer ready to kill everybody today, I kind of was. I finally snapped. I know I finally snapped. Um, I told Inari the good news. I told him Abraham Hicks fell down a lot of stairs and died and then caught on fire, burst into flames and became ashes. It was great use of seeing it. So Inari's all happy and Loki's all happy. I've tried, like I said, I've tried their teachings before. Because really, it's rebranded magic. They rebranded it so that the normies can practice it and not think they're practicing witchcraft. And the problem is they go way, way out for free land where not even we Wiccans will join them. And when even the Wiccans are like, dude, you need to come back into reality, you're really out there. Some of their conflicting teachings are the one day Jesus was out of the vortex was the day he was sacrificed. You can never get angry. You can never get resentful, get revenge, or do any of this other stuff. Basically, you can never have any of the human emotions. And some of the stuff they tell you, you can tell it's just kind of wishful thinking, like, if you set your mind to it, you can regrow limbs. You can. I'm sorry, I know how dumb this sounds. You can regrow limbs because some of the more outlandish stuff came up today. You can regrow limbs. You can change your hair and your skin color. The list just goes on and on and on. That if you set your mind enough to it and you would not listen to negative vibrations, you would just practice good vibrations. I could basically sit here all day and eat pure lard and I would lose weight because I would have positive vibrations. I'm sorry. I know it goes against science, logic, and nature because nobody out there is telling a bear that's putting on weight for winter, it's gonna make you fat. But, I had the highest hopes, but they just, I guess for them to be around as many years as they have to keep making new stuff up. So they've made new stuff up. And Loki had been being a little pissant because he wanted me to get angry. He wanted me to lose my temper. And here I am trying to be, a living saint, not lose my temper, not judge anybody, and all this other horse flu they tell you. Even Jesus in the background, like, ha 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 ha. And yeah, it's like, it wasn't realistic at all of any human being to expect any human being to never get angry. Like, I shouldn't have got angry when I got hit by that car. I shouldn't have said bad words. Ha ha ha, human frailty. To be upstream, I should have thought cheerful thoughts. I'm like, no. Bad words YouTube won't let me say. That's not happening. Yeah, it was... I finally realized how ludicrous all of it was, and, it's a lot of wishful thinking piled onto a kind of a, I want to say ripped off magic system, but you know how the new age is like, basically it's magic, but it's not called magic so that the normies can do it? Yeah. It's weird. When they start claiming they were like Jesus and Buddha and everybody all at once, I'm like, oh my god, this is the biggest load of horse feathers I've ever seen. Lord Jesus, please don't ever let me meet these people in person because I may, as a former Catholic, have to hurt them. Because to say to anyone, especially the Christians, I couldn't see how the Christians sat there and took this, that the only mistake Jesus ever made in his life was letting himself get crucified. Now, a pagan might think that. Odin might have said, why didn't you stand up and fight? But Odin would also understand that, Jesus was a total pacifist and that wasn't really his bag. Jesus had a cause that he believed in. And whether he got sacrificed or not is, that is speculation. Some of the early believers believed that he left like an illusion, that he was like a magician, he left an illusion, and that's what got sacrificed. And some people believe yes, and it becomes all complicated. So, Jesus is like, yeah, drag me in. But yeah, I couldn't stay with it. There was just too many outlandish beliefs piled on top of each other, and finally the whole thing collapsed and caught on fire, and Loki was dancing around the flames. And Loki's like, good, I kept trying to tell you. And what actually started me off What broke my temper was a book came in, Come and Sleep, The Folklore of the Japanese Fox. Folklore, 90% from China, about 5 stories from Japan. And it was actually an enjoyable read till the later half of the book that amateur armchair anthropologists had to keep saying, well, now that we have science, we know this is all superstition and this isn't real and Inari isn't real and Kitsune aren't real. And I hope you don't believe any of this. Oh, shit, with a damn book's what I'm gonna do, son. So yeah, Grelly Me is back. Grouchy Me is back. Swearing at people and having to record the effing video 12 times is back. So yeah, sometimes we'll see some saltier videos. But yeah, that was it. You couldn't swear. You couldn't lose your temper. And, you know, God bless Odin. Odin was like, if you want to do this stupid thing, I'm going to let you do it. Even though I think this is wrong because you have a bad temperament. But he was willing to let me see it out. The old man was, and Loki was willing to see it out. That's the thing about our gods. They can advise you, and they can kind of give you pokes. Like, they kept distracting me when I was trying to meditate, because it was, like, wrapped up in this Abraham Hicks stuff. In fact, Madame Paley last night, to thank me for welcoming me in, grabbed me by the foot. And I'm in meditation, and this wasn't my imagination. This was a hand went around my foot and was like pulling on my foot to like pull me. And I wasn't asleep or anything. I was awake. In fact, I was just getting into a meditation to do something useful. And they all found it hilarious. So they definitely don't want me sitting around and meditating and trying to be a positive little lotus blossom, because that's not me. And they're like, well, if you're always going to be out of the vortex because you're bad mood, you hate mean people, and when you see suffering you try to end it, then you're always going to be out of the vortex. And they could take that vortex and they can shove it somewhere, because, you know, that was part of the problem too. To really practice what they preach, you have to turn a blind eye to suffering, to not help the downtrodden, to not watch the news and see what you can do to help out, because that's going to bring you down, man. You have to have positive vibrations. And I'm like, you really smoked a lot of crack in college, didn't you? Because you're still high as a kite. Yeah, it's saying to ignore something and it will go away. That's kind of like what children do, right? Like what little kids do with the monster, and they like throw the covers up because it's magical and the cover, you know, covers protect them. It works with monsters, but that's, you know, that's about it. It doesn't work with anything else. If your house is on fire, you ignore it, you're gonna burn with the house. He's back here like, yeah! So yeah, guys, more power to them, more power to you if you do it, but I think any system that tells you to ignore human suffering and tells you to just repeatedly turn the other cheek, but they can contradict themselves. So I might be saying all this and maybe you are following them and you haven't seen the same videos yet. That's the problem. I think to keep selling more seats and selling more DVDs and more CDs and everything, whoever originally made this stuff up just kept adding to it over time. It's a magical system that eventually implodes and falls on itself, because you know magic does follow certain laws, and if you break those laws, then stuff happens. So, whatever. But Loki's extremely happy, so we're still gonna go full steam ahead, do all the things we plan to do. I'm actually happy because I'm breaking out all over my body, and I couldn't figure out why. I thought I had like an allergy to my skin cleanser or to like some of the food I was eating or something. And I remembered, no, my mother always told me, you know, if you're stressed out, your body's gonna let you know. And she said, I don't care if you're 80 or 90, you'll know, because you'll get all these skin ailments. And she was right. And it wasn't my mom wishing stuff on me. I'm like a canary in a coal mine. If there's like a interaction to a drug, I'll get it. If I'm really agitated, I'll start putting on weight and I'll start breaking out all over my face, or I'll lose weight real fast or gain weight real fast, or my hair falls out or grows in weird places or something. So I knew something was really bothering me. And I'm just not that kind of person. I'm never going to be one of those really peaceful people, man. I'm me for the fun of it. I'm basically a fox kind of cat-like person. You know, I get along with the old man, so you know, sometimes I just look at people that irritate me and I think of burning their whole village to the ground and I smile. And they mistake it for me being friendly. Odin's so proud of me. Anyhow, I hope you guys like it. You like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.